The Jake Paul era in boxing. Big business, bigger questions, and the road ahead. The December 19th, 2025 boxing match between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua was billed as one of the most controversial and commercially charged contests in recent combat sports history. When the smoke cleared at the Kaseya Center in Miami, with Paul knocked out in the sixth round and sustaining a broken jaw, pundits and purists alike declared it the final chapter of Paul's unconventional boxing saga. But that narrative is premature. The Jake Paul show is far from over. It is merely entering its most consequential phase yet. From viral star to professional boxer, Paul's path into boxing has always defied tradition. A former YouTube personality turned mainstream celebrity, he leveraged social media fame into a multi-million-dollar boxing enterprise, carefully selecting opponents with enough name value to draw pay-per-view buys yet limited threat to his record. The result was sustained business success, if not universal respect within the boxing community. Facing Anthony Joshua changed the calculus entirely. Joshua, a two-time unified heavyweight champion and Olympic gold medalist, was not merely another novelty opponent. He represented a legitimate, elite level of competition. Paul was outmatched, dropped 4 times, and ultimately stopped in the 6th round by a powerful straight right hand that also reportedly fractured his jaw. Competition and credibility. The dynamics of Paul's career expose a fundamental tension between commercial spectacle and sporting legitimacy. Critics have long dismissed his fights as circus acts against aging MMA fighters or celebrity crossover athletes. Those derisions peaked after his loss to Joshua. Many saw the defeat as definitive proof that Paul's boxing tenure was more performance art than professional sport. Yet that interpretation overlooks how Paul has consistently played the entertainment game better than most. He understands the modern landscape where virality drives attention and attention fuels revenue. Even when he loses, as against Tommy Fury in 2023 and now Joshua in 2025, his fights generate headlines and viewership, a currency many traditional boxers would envy. What comes next? Paul's own post-fight statement leaves no ambiguity about his intentions. He plans to return to the ring, take a break to recover from the grueling bout and broken jaw, and potentially pursue a cruiserweight world title at some point. This ambition, however sincere, confronts real challenges. Legitimate competition at cruiserweight. Champions like Gilberto Ramirez, Jai Opetaia, and Noel Mikhailian are credible yet lack mainstream star power. Paul faces the paradox of needing notable names to draw interest, but also opponents whose skills expose his limitations. Audience appetite for spectacle versus skill. As Paul steps away from novelty fights toward world title aspirations, his ability to maintain commercial momentum without the guaranteed draw of celebrity intrigue is uncertain. Balancing business decisions with sporting progress. Options like bouts against Ryan Garcia or Gervonta Tank Davis would reignite interest and paydays but risk further damage to his credibility if unsuccessful. Ultimately, Paul's next moves will tell us whether he intends to chase legacy or leverage, and whether the sport will accept someone who doesn't follow the traditional path inside the ring. A pivotal moment for boxing. The larger implication of Paul's career is not just about one man's future, but what it signals for the sport itself. Boxing has long struggled with balancing competitive integrity and commercial viability. Paul's presence, with all the controversy it entails, forces the industry to reckon with the reality that entertainment value and financial success can coexist with, and sometimes overshadow, athletic accomplishment. For traditionalists, Paul's loss to Joshua should be seen as a triumph of meritocracy. For business observers, the spectacle still delivered massive attention and revenue. For Paul, the defeat is a crossroads. Pursue respect within the sport's competitive hierarchies or continue to thrive as a cultural phenomenon that bends boxing to its narrative. Whatever path he chooses, the next chapter in Jake Paul's boxing journey will reveal not just where he goes from here, but how much the sport is willing to evolve in a media-driven world where entertainment often eclipses tradition.